Oh, hi. How are you guys doing? I'm Greg Tito. This is D&D News. We had some technical issues, which, is it okay if I tell them what the issue was? We were streaming from another location while trying to stream from this location using the same credentials. And it wasn't a technical issue so much as a memory issue of not taking off the stream from one computer to another. But we figured it out. That's good. It only took 25 minutes, but we did it. And I'm glad to be here. I got only a short amount of time, so I want to tell you all about the D&D news that's occurring today. How are everybody going on in the chat? Thank you for entertaining me and keeping this going from Dragon Plus into everything. We know what things. Now, there's going to be some sound issues. We know that that's going on here, so I think that might have been, as we were saying in the chat, the canary in the gold mine, thinking there were bigger problems going on here than there actually were, not just, oh yeah, you got to hang up from one place before you can start a call from another place. But we figured it all out. We were just slacking. I just wanted to chat with you guys in the chat. That's really what it was all about. But no, Pelham is a genius, and he figured it all out for us with enough time, I think, to come out and do some more. So how are you guys doing? Good to see your smiling faces on this here Tuesday. One of the biggest things I want to make sure we talk about is that Dungeons & Dragons is going to TwitchCon. Did you know that? We are going to be streaming live from the Dungeons & Dragons Magic the Gathering Arena booth. That's right, we're combining forces with our Magic counterparts to have streaming programming all weekend long at TwitchCon. That's October 26th, 27th, and 28th from the San Jose Convention Center. It is going to be lit and tons of fun. We have a full slate, as I said, of both Dungeons & Dragons stuff. So I think we've got 3 live games going on all weekend long, one on Friday, one on Saturday, one on Sunday. I'll get into more detail on those in a little bit. Lots of panels. We're going to have a cosplay panel with Vivid Vivka, Holly Conrad, and I think one more person. Satine Phoenix is going to be talking about that. As well, we have a live Dungeons and Doodles that will have Bart Carroll, who does that on Dragon Plus. He'll be doing a live version of that from TwitchCon digitally. I think they will be drawing digitally with a friend of ours from Adobe who works in the Adobe Photoshop. Plus, we'll have a really exciting thing to announce at that time. And then we will also have a game of the Broken Pact, which is a new streaming show. It hasn't started yet. That actually is coming on Saturday, October 13th at 2 p.m. Pacific time. That is dungeon mastered by Ruben Bressler. That's all going to, as I said, going to start this Saturday, so go check that out. That's set in the world of Ravnica using the Dungeons & Dragons rules that are available in Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica that comes out next month. So look for that. There'll be 2 episodes in the books before they fly to San Jose to broadcast an episode live from TwitchCon, which we're really, really excited about. We'll have a panel about Ravnica ahead of that with Ari Levitch, James Wyatt, and myself probably talking about what's all going on in the Ravnica world, and then followed up with an actual live play game set in Ravnica that we're super psyched about. And then we'll also have the authors from Art and Arcana. That's Michael Whitwer, Sam Whitwer, who you may know as Morty Cordy, here in this Dice Camera Action storyline continuum. Dice Camera Action will be starting in about, usually as we're clock up here, it's going to start in about 30 minutes. So get ready for that. Episode 113 coming at ya. We have 3 guests. I'm jumping all over the place here, maybe because I was a little bit crazy, but we'll have 3 guests joining this stream here today who won the amazing contest. So excited for that. The coven is assembling now as we speak. Again, apologies for any of the sound issues. I haven't been checking the chat, so I don't know if it's unintelligible or not, but that's going to be all about that. I was talking about TwitchCon. There's one really exciting thing about TwitchCon, Dice Camera Action fans, that I think you might want to know. There's going to be a live show on the Twitch main stage. That's the Glitch stage. We're thinking it's going to be 2:30 p.m. Pacific time on Sunday, October 28th. It'll be in the continuum of the show, so it won't be like a special extra episode or anything. It'll be part of the story. We're going to have lights. We're going to have sets. We're going to have costumes. Lots of costumes. In fact, I'm ordering a lot of costumes right now because not only will all 4 of the cast members be there, including Chris Perkins as Dungeon Master, there will be Jared Knabenbauer as Diath, Holly Conrad as Strix, Anna Prosser Robinson as Evelyn, and Nathan Sharp as Paulton, all in their costumes, decked out to the nines. We're also going to have 4 guests that episode. Who are these guests, you might say? Well, they are pretty amazing, so I want to make sure I get the wording right when I talk about it. So first up is WWE superstar Xavier Woods will be joining Dice Camera Action live from TwitchCon, October 28th, 2:30 p.m. Pacific Time. Check that out. He's going to be fantastic. I can't wait. We will also have Felicia Day. You may recognize her from founding Geek and Sundry, as well as acting in amazing things, such as Dr. Horrible is the first thing that comes to mind for me, the sing-along, but she's also been in many other things. She will be returning to the stage, playing a character. I don't want to give any details away there, but she will be playing Dungeons & Dragons with the Waffle Crew. Malik Forte, who many of you may not know, but he is a commentator in the esports side of things, prominent streamer. He will be joining the cast, and Vivid Vivka will also be joining the cast. You might have seen her on Sirens of the Realms or at the stream of Benny Eyes. She's a fantastic performer. All 4 of those guests, actually there's 5 guests if you want to count the 5th one, which is Benjamin Looms, the composer and creator of all of the sound effects and the Sirenscape app. He will be there performing live, background music, minimal sound effects. He will be, we've talked about having to have a bard costume and a DJ booth, basically making sure everyone knows what's happening on stage orally with your ears. So that should be pretty exciting. So that's 5 total guests. We're going to debut the Twitch extension that our friends at D&D Beyond are crafting heartily right now. That will be shown off at this live show, and plus even some more fun things for those of you watching at home or in the audience at TwitchCon. More information derived from the Dice Camera Action Wiki, as well as live updates. Say if a spell gets cast, you might get an update on that. So all really exciting. I can't wait for this live show. Again, it's 2:30 p.m. Pacific Time during TwitchCon, October 28th. That's a Sunday. Mark your calendars. Again, it'll be in the continuum. I think it'll be episode 116. If today's 113, 114, 116, I think that'll be 116 in the canon. So look for it. Lots more exciting stuff. I'll give more details on the characters themselves, but just the sheer amount of meetings that I've had just today on special effects and props would blow your mind, and I can't wait for you to see them. So big shout-outs to our guests, WWE superstar Xavier Woods. He, of course, is a fine wrestler in the... I'm not a wrestling fan, so I can't pretend to be excited about that, but I know there might be some wrestling fans out there. I'm just excited that he plays Dungeons & Dragons, and he's on his own show called Up, Up, Down, Down. Ember Moon, one of his other cast members there, and they're fantastic. I've been talking to a lot to folks at WWE about what that show means to them, and I'm excited to bring it to life and show off WWE superstar Xavier Woods doing all that he can on stage. It's going to be fantastic. And I'm really excited to see the return of Felicia Day to the stage. I haven't seen her perform in a while, and I'm really excited about the character that we've been talking about bringing as her. So very exciting stuff. There's lots more going on at TwitchCon besides just that. We do have a page up on the Dungeons & Dragons website for TwitchCon. It'll be updated with a lot more of this information in there. But I believe Lee Goldberg is in the chat. Is that still true? Are you there, Lee? Dan Cakes will be there in force, making pancake art for some fun streamers at an event at TwitchCon. So shout out to Lee for being there. He's going to be fantastic. I can't wait. And then we have Misty Taylor, who will be doing makeup for us as well. Lots of great cosplay, as I said, going on, and I can't wait for you to guys check it out. All right, anybody have any questions about TwitchCon? What do you guys think? Are you going to be watching? The live performance of Dice Camera Action will be broadcast from the official Twitch channel, but we'll be hosting here on the D&D Twitch channel. So you can be here with folks who are more D&D centric, or go to the larger community that will be on the Twitch main channel for when that game goes on live. Yes, Pancakes and Waffle Crew. We thought about doing waffles, waffle art, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to pull that off. I think pancake art was the next best thing. We'll have a pancake waffle pancake fam combo, fight it out. They're going to be jets. Who knows? It's going to be crazy. I'm sorry about the mic quality, Ianzo. We had some problems going on with sound, but I want to make sure you guys knew all about what was happening. The day is October 28th. Is when the live show will be at TwitchCon, but we'll be broadcasting 26th and 27th going on there. So also Matthew Lillard will be there talking about his Beadle and Grimm's Waterdeep Dragon Heist Platinum Edition box that will be shipping next month. He will be on a game, I think, that will be dungeon mastered by Mike Merles, as well as WWE superstar Xavier Woods will also be in that game. So you'll be able to watch him play Dungeons & Dragons twice that day, which I think is pretty exciting. And Matthew Lillard brings his amazing box of props and miniatures and artwork all to the table, and I can't wait to see what tales Mike can spin with the materials available in that box. I can't wait for you to check it out. It's going to be cool. All right. Yeah, Charlie Murphy, Prince, and Pancakes. Nice. If only we could get all three of them around. We might have to cast some resurrection spells to make that happen, but it could work. It is syrup to be an awesome get-together. Oh, Akeisha, that is terrible. I don't know if I can allow that. That's a penalty, 10 yards against the offense on that one. Yes, I like all the puns that are flying around. Good stuff. So I want to make sure I got out all that about TwitchCon, because I did have not enough time. We're going to be going switching over to Dice Camera Action episode 112 very soon. 113. 113 today? Is that what it is? I'm all messed up. So let me get to my D&D document. A couple things I wanted to make sure you knew about. There was a great review up by my friend Cameron Kunzelman. Here it is. Hey, there you get to see it. There it is. Writing about Waterdeep Dragon Heist, which is out now everywhere. Great stuff here. I like that many people are saying it's unlike anything we have published in the last few years. It's a very honed, runnable scenario that leads you down specific pathways that will deliver fun and well-timed thrills. Thank you so much. I've been hearing this not just from Cameron, but from people all around the internet about how Waterdeep Dragon Heist plays very well as an introductory adventure. I love that. We actually just released a podcast, recorded a podcast with Matt Mercer and Chris Perkins talking about that very thing. That will be coming out on the Dragon Talk RSS feed on Thursday. So check that out when it drops. You can watch that video live now on Twitch on our collections. But you should also, if you're interested in finding out more about audio, there is the amazing podcast of Waterdeep that came out last month. Gosh, was that really just last month? Fantastic, 10 episodes. That is on our Dungeon Delve RSS feed. Amazing members of the D&D live play audio community came together. Many were guests on each other's streams, and they produced a continuous story with parts 1 through 10 all weaving together. The events that happened in the previous episode matter in later episodes, and I'm really proud of the work that Victoria Rogers from the Broadswords and Josh Peralt from Taking Initiative put towards making that be a thing, and we have a few more of those coming up in the next couple of months about the releases that are coming down the pipe, including Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica and Waterdeep Dungeon of the Mad Mage. So when will those come out, you ask? Well, let me say. Waterdeep Dungeon the Man Mage is available on November 2nd in game stores and everywhere on November 13th. And that isn't necessarily like a sequel to Dragon Heist, but it will definitely allow you to continue adventuring in the city and delving into the deep dungeon below called Undermountain. We've spoken to Chris Perkins about what's going on in there on a few Lore You Should Know segments for Dragon Talk recently, and we delve in a few deep. I delved a little deeper most recently, so check out that episode when it comes. And I'm excited for that. My players, I think, are going to go directly down into the depths once they finish up what's going on with Dragon Heist. We also have Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica. As I said, we'll be talking a lot about that in the next week or months leading up to its release on November 9th in game stores and November 20th everywhere else. Again, look for The Broken Pact debuting this Saturday. And now I know, make sure I'm getting the time right because I'm bouncing back and forth between it being 1 p.m. and 2 p.m. It is 1 p.m. Pacific time on Saturday, debuting October 13th. Check it out. It is I'm an amazing cast. Ruben Bressler, Riley Silverman, Ashlyn Rose, Gaurav Gulati, and Jordan Pridgeon, all playing characters of one of the guilds of Ravnica. So there's 10 guilds out there. They all have distinct flavors and objectives, and these characters will be embodying that in the world of Ravnica. I know Ruben Bressler has been really excited to learn more. He's the host of the Magic Mike's podcast, as well as a former MTG Pro player, as well as a poker player, not to mention a stand-up comedian and a hell of a nice guy who talks almost as fast as I do, if that's what Lauren Urban said. Yes, that is debuting this Saturday at 1 p.m. Pacific time. In fact, I might even want to call up an intro to this because it's worth showing to you guys. I don't know if the sound will work, but now, and you know what, now I'm just going to have to show you at another time. Here, I'm just going to search for it live. Why not? Because I think they were putting it up there. No, not up there yet, I don't think. This is done in collaboration with the Saving Throw Show down in LA. They're a fantastic shop, so we're excited to work with them on this. And it doesn't look like it's gone live yet. So they will be having an intro that they will be using to tempt those of you to watch it very soon, and it's very cool, taking a lot of the artwork from the Magic the Gathering Ravnica set and tying it into a Dungeons & Dragons story. So look for that. How's everybody doing? I feel like I'm talking a lot, but now I think I'm done. I'm not going to talk anymore. What do you guys think? Talked about some delay. Oh, you're feeling fine. That's good, Mighty Gewan. Good to see. We have not talked about Critical Role, Trick Jarrett, so why don't we do that? So Trick and I are on a fantastic show called Clerical Wednesdays at 2 p.m. Pacific time here on this very channel. Dungeon Mastered by none other than Oboe Crazy, Lauren Urban in the chat here. And last week's episode, we're on episode 3, was possibly one of my favorite compact episodes of, or even just sessions of Dungeons & Dragons that I've ever played in. We are a group that is an offshoot of the Dung Sweepers Guild in Waterdeep. Trick plays a character who inherits a whole bunch of funds from his his grandfather, who was a former adventurer. But that inheritance is tied up with a whole bunch of responsibilities of being within the Dung Sweepers Guild, who are, as the name would suggest, those who clean up the streets and sweep the dung into areas that are not underfoot, one would think, or hope even. And we are an offshoot of that guild who are determined to beautify the city with more greenery. And the funds that would be unlocked by the grandfather of Crow would do very much well for us. So we're going down that path, but all of us are do-gooders. We want to beautify the city and have no nefarious motives amongst us at all. And so it's been very challenging to play as a group of D&D characters who don't want to get in unnecessary fights or don't want to bend the laws to our wills. And so we met a bunch of small clockwork creatures in the last session, and I think a few of us had the D&D player's instinct to just bash them and let them lay where they fall. But we tried really hard to solve the problem of what these clockwork creatures were doing without bashing them, and ended up having a little parade through the streets of Waterdeep, carrying the prize, a stone toenail from one of the walking statues of Waterdeep, back to the statue and put it back and restore it to the toe from whence it came, and talked it up in the town. Our little parade of clockwork creatures, not to mention ourselves being the weirdos that we are. I think we earned a lot of notoriety for our little offshoot of the Dung Sweepers Guild. So that's pretty exciting. If any of that sounds interesting to you, watch Episode 4 of Clerical Error tomorrow at 2 p.m. Pacific Time. Lots of hilarity ensues. We like to make each other laugh, and if that seems like your brand of Dungeons & Dragons, come join. Have fun. It's been great. There was a parade, as Lauren says. Yes. Good stuff. And Trick, I think, is in here right now. What do you think, Trick? Have you been having fun playing? Trick Jarrett works on the magic side of things, along with Michelle Sutterfield, who's playing Zoot in Clerical Error, as well as Maris Mulally, who is playing Riza. And Demetrius Ferradinos is playing Jeff. I am playing Fabian, a blind character. All of them, I guess, besides me, I'm really the only Dungeons & Dragons team member on that cast. The rest of it pull in from different facets of Wizards of the Coast, as well as our partner D&D Beyond, as Lauren Urban now is community manager there, in addition to hanging out in the chat. So it's been great. I've really enjoyed it. And Trick says it's an absolute blast. It is such a fun and silly group. It's pure joy, and I am inclined to agree. And I can't wait to see how all of the new shows that we've got going on this here channel are doing. So let me quick run down some of those. I mentioned Broken Pact, as well as Clerical Error. We also have Sirens of the Realms kicking back up. So Satine Phoenix is the Dungeon Master for that. Season 3 began last week. Episode 1 was fantastic. The Sirens are back. While looking for clues to the whereabouts of the missing band manager, a ghost disappeared into the fog, and they find an unconscious College of Swords instructor and a secret conspiracy room in her office. Everyone has a secret conspiracy room in their office, don't they? Then they make their way to the Yawning Portal for community service and have 60 days of community service for destroying the tavern with a magic bean stalk. They've learned masonry, gardening, and welcomed a new siren into the band who is definitely human and not a tiefling. I don't know if that's true. I'm inclined to think that is false. But it's fantastic new cast members: Christina Ariel, Cynthia Marie, Kelly Lynn D'Angelo, Kenley Shea Holm, and Jason Charles Miller are all a part of that cast. You may recognize some of them. Christina was at the Stream Many Eyes. She was a siren of the realms from back in the day. Kelly Lynn D'Angelo is Dungeon Master for Girls Guts Glory. And Jason Charles Miller is a fantastic musician who did a lot of the live music during the Stream Many Eyes, as well as in his own solo works and for his bands. So good stuff all around there. I love the new folks, Kenley Shea Holm, and I can't wait to see how they all get in there. So good stuff. Episode 2 is dropping tonight at 7 p.m. Pacific time. Watch it there. Not a lot to catch up with, but worthwhile for you. We also have another new show occurring, not necessarily new, but returning. Rivals of Waterdeep is back. They've been playing for a few weeks. They're on Sunday at 10 a.m. Pacific time. As I said, Ravnica Broken Pact is starting at 1 p.m. Pacific time on Saturday. And I believe Girls Guts Glory is coming back this week as well, or it might be next weekend, but they'll be playing on Sundays. And I don't have the exact time for that, but I'm excited for Kelly Lynn D'Angelo to return with all the girls of the Guts and the Glories. Yes, it's been too long of a hiatus. We've been searching for a space for them to broadcast their game, and it's going to be off the hook when it occurs. Some more fun stuff that I want to make sure everyone knows about. Extra Life, we're raising tons of money for the kids, for Seattle Children's Hospital, or any children's hospital within the Children's Miracle Network. Most of us goes towards the Seattle thing. I will be streaming Clerical Error as part of our drive for Extra Life. I have my own page on there. I haven't gotten as many donations as many of my colleagues, so please go to my page, see if you can find something there. If there's something lacking, I can maybe put up some more fun stuff that will be in there. Dungeon Master Lauren Urban for Clerical Error also has a page up that has a great idea for having crazy happenings in Waterdeep. If you donate, you can basically design an event that might occur, and we'll roll on the random events table as we're walking through the city and deal with any of that fun, creative stuff that you put in there. But yeah, it all goes to a good cause. Extra Life t-shirts and hoodies are now available. That's right, you can buy a t-shirt and or hoodie from Custom Ink. We'll drop the link in there for you to check that out. It is pretty cool. I love the way these look. A bunch of different ways, and I think there's a Xanathar look. There's a gold dragon. There's a basically those versions in hoodies. There's even some totes on there that you can purchase to get some of them out there. I see we just posted this a few hours ago, but there's already looks like more than 25, 30 items sold in that short time. So get in there if you ever wanted to get some custom-made D&D gear for you. This is the place to do it. All of the proceeds go directly to our Extra Life fundraising bit. And I should also say that you should go to Nathan Stewart's Extra Life page. He has sometimes taken over for me here on D&D News. He does spoilers and swag, and is also the fearless leader of the entire D&D team here at Wizards of the Coast. And he's got some saucy rewards up there on his Extra Life page. He has made it his goal to try to beat Mike Merles in his fundraising, and he's gonna try his hardest. I think it might just work. So if you're interested in some crazy high ticket as well as some mid ticket items, go to Nathan Stewart's page. But you should also go to mine as well if you can. I've got one big high one on there. Giving me I'll wear, if you give me $500, I will wear a T-shirt with your 140 character message or logo printed on it during the entire game. So it's a great way to get the word out about something that you might want to. That's me. I haven't really been that creative, so maybe I'll put some more fun stuff on there that we can do later on. But yeah, Extra Life is a thing, and we're excited. The game day is on November 3rd. We'll be doing 3 streamed games live here from the D&D office. All about that. And then a couple other things I want to make sure you guys know about. Unearthed Arcana has magic items of Eberron available up for testing and getting your information. That is a really great thing. There's a survey that you can take for Dungeons & Dragons. These type of things really help us find out what it's like to be a consumer of Dungeons & Dragons. We obviously talk to you quite a bit here on the Twitch as well as on many different social medias. But a more formalized survey is always helpful in trying to figure out how you tick, or what makes you tick, and what parts of Dungeons & Dragons really appeal to you, so that we can design better things for that. There's also a really cool thing going on with the D&D Adventurers League called Liar's Night. You can earn candy corn by playing Dungeons & Dragons Adventurers League, defeating wandering monsters, and entering the costume contest. That looks super fun, and you should check it out if you can. I love everything about Liar's Night. It's a pretty cool thing. What is... See, that's the one thing I don't understand about this is what candy corn is. But you can find out all about it at the link below. You'll earn candy corn, you'll defeat wandering monsters, and you can even enter a costume contest. All you have to do is just be dressed as one of your Adventurers League characters or another D&D team, and you'll get to reward yourself 5 candy corn. And then you get to trade with Colonel, who is the Candy King. I'll just call him the Sugar Fiend. And then you'll find him in a darkest alley. See, that's where you'll be able to trade some of this stuff in. You'll be able to trade in your candy corn in exchange for specific Liar's Night loot. And the list of his wares is on this handy-dandy PDF, which I'm going to open up right now and see what that might be. So, yeah. What are some of the candy... So, costs range from 12 candy corn to 60, but you'll be able to unlock things like a dread helm, which is a wondrous item, fearsomely carved to look like a jack-o'-lantern, which fits over your head and makes your eyes glow yellow while you wear it. Ooh, very cool. A lot of these look like fun cosmetic items that you can wear in your Adventurers League, including a disposable witch's broom, which gives you a broom of flying that works for 20 minutes. That's good to know. And then the most expensive thing is Marzipan the Skeletal Warhorse, which is very exciting. I mispronounced that. It's Warhorse, not Warhorse. But that looks really cool too, and that's for 60 candy corns. And I'm really loving this picture of Colonel, the Candy King. Nice artwork there made by Kayla Klein. And you can find out all about her on the PDF or at her Twitter page. All right, well, I think I'm past time, so I'm going to sign off here very soon and get ready for Dice Camera Action episode... now I feel like I'm going to get it wrong. Episode 112, right? Is it episode 112? Yes? No? Maybe so? 113! I knew it! 113! That is going to be happening very soon. Go check it out if you can. Yes. King Tigress 2. It might be Warhorse if your Scottish accent is really bad, but it's pretty cool. And the Homestar Runner voice. Nicely done, Constable Crab. Marzipan. You guys have all been fantastic. Again, thank you for dealing with the bad mic and sound as well as our issues early on. We are now getting set for episode 113 of Dice Camera Action, and I am stalling now as I'm waiting for Pelham to come in to turn this off. Hey, Pelham!
Hey.
Everything all set for episode 113?
Yes.
Yes. Ish.
Done over Chris's.
Oh, okay. Well, he'll be coming in very soon, I'm sure. Thanks, you guys. I'll be back next week with even more fun Dungeons & Dragons news. In case you needed to find all of the fun stuff, you can follow me at Twitter, at Greg Tito, or, of course, go to Wizards_DND on Twitter for any of the latest happenings. You guys are the best. See you soon.